binary. That's where you mentioned that term, gender binary. So you mentioned intersex. Okay, I'm aware of intersex. Now, of course, intersex doesn't necessarily mean that someone is completely between sexes. Usually they have very identifiable characteristics, like a very large clitoris or micro penis. In that case, it also affects 0.08. People think this is funny, it's just true. Less than 0.08% of population Earth, but they still exist. Let me ask you this, in human anatomy class, how many fingers are you taught human beings have?
We're told typically that people have 10, however there are people born with 11
But you're
fingers.
taught 10, right?
Yeah.
So we don't teach people there are people born with 11 fingers, there are people born with 12 fingers.
Yeah, but we don't completely dismiss that those people exist just because that they're uncommon, do we?
We teach that human beings have 10 fingers. I would wager that everyone here has been taught, yeah, human beings have 10 fingers. Of course, there are anomalies. That's the same way that we treat intersex, or these, as you said, you mentioned chromosomes, genetic abnormalities that are a very extreme case. So I think what we need to do is remove this extreme case with sex, just as we would with how many fingers, toes, how many kidneys you have, how many feet you have. There's something that's typical, there's something that's atypical. Then you go to gender. This is where, listen, I'm open. Everyone has said sex is different from gender, and gender is not non-binary. So I would allow you to kind of unpack that for me.
Yeah, so in Western society at least, so in our country, in our society, we tend to think of gender to be on this binary spectrum of you don't, well, not even really a spectrum, just a binary. So you have man, woman, and that's it. Those are the only two options. However, gender really is more of a spectrum. So it's non-binary. There are not just two options.
Okay.
You have man, woman, and then everything that doesn't fit into just man and woman is considered non-binary. That's an umbrella themselves. I
would disagree. That's where it changed my mind. I'm not convinced that anyone can just use any classification for themselves for their gender, and certainly not that then we have to compel society to address them this way. Right, I'm sure you can understand that the compelling of language is an issue.
So what gender do you think you are?
Well, I'm a male.
Okay, well I think you're a woman.
No, legally I'm a male.
Oh,
it says on my driver's license that I'm a male.
Okay, so that's your sex.
No, it's yeah, I'm also a male.
That's your sex.
It says on my carrier certificate that I'm a male. Gender. Some legal documentations say gender.
What if I say I don't believe you?
It doesn't matter.
Exactly, it doesn't matter if you don't believe me.
No, it doesn't matter because biologically.
What gender do you think I am?
I would assume you're female.
Yeah, so you're making assumptions.
Yes.
I identify as non-binary.
I don't, respectfully, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Now, let me ask you this. What would you say if I have...
It matters what pronouns you use for me. It matters how I'm socialized in society. It matters my gender expression. It matters the way that I'm allowed to express myself. It matters what bathroom I use. It matters who I'm allowed to live with. It affects every aspect of my life. So you saying...
What pronoun should I use?
You should use they, them pronouns. So you saying that you don't believe me...
What if I don't?
If you don't, I would consider that disrespectful, and that's actually an act of violence to misgender a trans person.
It's an act of violence.
That is an act of violence to intentionally misgender someone, yes.
Here we come to the issue, and this is why I'm out here. You just said that's an act of violence. That means it's an actionable offense. That means it's a crime. So you believe that for me...
I didn't say it's a crime. I said it's an act of violence.
An act of
There's
violence.
a lot of things that are not considered crimes that are acts of violence.
Okay, so you believe it's a non-aggressive act of violence.
I think that, okay, when you misgender someone, if you were to misgender a trans woman...
Yes.
Trans women, especially trans women of color, are the...
All the way back to electing all white presidents. They say they're...
Careful, because you're treading on some ground that could make you sound very racist here, and I don't think you're aware of it.
Maryland's not going to come across racist. So.
Yeah, some of what's been said here kind of racist.
Your white opinion of racism doesn't
racism
really compare.
That's kind of that's a little that's
okay.
I'm cool with it. That's a little bit racist.
Okay, I just want to get out here that reverse racism isn't real. I know you're all going to yell at me.
No, I didn't. No, listen, I would never use the word reverse racism. Saying your white opinion racism doesn't matter is not reverse racism at all.
No, it's not that it doesn't matter. It's just, it doesn't compare.
Yes. Okay, how so?
Like you're trying to tell her what she's saying is racist. That's
no, I said it could come across racist saying they never vote in another black president again. How people don't ever vote back. You know, that could come across as racist.
How?
Because of such a poor performance from a black president would be the implication.
But his poor performance is like your opinion.
Exactly, it is my opinion. And it was the opinion of many, many millions of Americans who voted in an old white guy, unfortunately, over a woman. Sorry, maybe we'll have a female president next go around. I'd gladly vote for a female president. I actually was a Carly Fiorina guy. I really liked her. I think she would have made a fantastic president. But I do find it interesting right here where you just said that.
Because what is your understanding of racism in comparison to somebody who's a person of color?
we're both human beings with opinions on an issue.
Yeah, but you play into the system and we're trying to fight against it. So why would...
How would you know that I play into this? How do I play into the system?
You're a conservative Republican. Like, you don't
know anything about me.
You're sitting here saying that male privilege is a myth,
Yeah.
and that rape culture isn't a problem on U.S. campuses.
And so you just said I am a part of a system which you just declared racist. You said I'm an active part in a racist system. That's a really terrible thing to say about somebody.
Well, is it untrue?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Then prove it.
Well, you want me to prove? Okay, you want me to disprove your prejudicial statement based on my race? Let me give you my best shot.
Okay.
I'm actually a French Canadian, or an English Canadian who was raised in French Canada. Are you aware of the language police?
No.
Okay, so let me talk to you about a little bit about discrimination. We're actually not allowed to attend English schools. We're not allowed to open a restaurant with an English sign if there's an apostrophe S. They thought I was disabled until the 4th grade because I was forced to go to French schools and learn math, geography, and history in French by law, because if you are born in Quebec, you have to attend French schools. This comes from a theory they call pure laine, which means pure wool, pure European French blood wool. And so this is actually something, it's enforced by the language police. Where I grew up, they thought I was learning disabled as an English Canadian, being forced to go to public Catholic schools at a Protestant English-speaking Canadian, and they thought I was learning disabled until the 4th grade. I lived in an 82 Datsun for several months as I tried to make something of myself and dropped out of college and moved to the United States when I was 18 years old. So I certainly wouldn't say that I'm someone who's been raised in the lap of white American Republican privilege. By the way, there are no Republicans in Quebec. There are only liberals and liberal separate. Horrible, terrible. If that happened, I can't say that it has because I'm not allowed to.
Oh, yeah, of course. It probably hasn't.
Well,
so.
no, legally I can't accuse a man of something if he has not been convicted of a crime. I believe you, though. I believe you. I'm really
you're
sorry.
Such a good
I'm
person.
really sorry that happened to you. But a good example with Brett Kavanaugh. If Brett Kavanaugh did all of the things that he accused him of, for example, a triangle, gang rape, if he raped people, cocked his head back and left, I say that castrate him and give him life. But if it's not true, I feel probably worse for him than any man I can think of in recent memory. The only difference between the two is castrate the man versus empathy is the truth. And I think with all of these arguments,
but
with
so
all
you're
these
just saying
conversations,
this, you don't have the evidence either.
We're trying to seek the truth. I do have
Yeah,
some
but like
evidence.
we don't have the truth, so how can you just say that?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna have to interrupt just a minute.
That's a
okay?
good question.
That would be
That's a good
awesome.
question.
But like, why is he allowed on our campus if this isn't even like an organized
Are you
event?
part of this?
No, I am not part of this event.
Okay, so you're free to go anytime. You don't have to actually be.
Yeah, I know, but if he's gonna sit here and say that rape culture is a myth, then somebody needs to sit here and say.
We're gonna deal with that, but you're not helping the situation by adding to it. So adding him, no, it's
By adding to it, I added to rape culture by getting
Officer,
raped.
whatever you need us to do.
You're not mad.
I understand.
So if I called you and said somebody raped me, you wouldn't be mad?
But that's
Well,
not
you
what's
just
happening.
twisted my words, and I didn't say that.
Officer, what
Officer,
is
we
your name?
want to work with you.
Buckaloo, and I did not say I didn't have that.
I've been raped on your campus,
Yeah,
sir.
well, and I'm sorry for that. Did we take care of you?
No, sir, he's still walking around on this campus.
Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some order here, and if you're not willing to have to be a part of this, then you're free to leave, okay?
Would you like to come sit down? No. Nope. Capture the flag, sweetheart.
Well, glad that's over. Now we can get back to civil, rational conversations devoid of any future felony assaults, right? Right.
A woman who is told, if you're assaulted, please go to the authorities, they will handle it. And then someone in a privilege of power, let's say a cop or an attorney or whatever, they ask the question, well, what were you wearing that night? That permeates.
Which is bullshit, by the way.
It is bullshit.
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. And
Sorry.
you think rape culture is a fucking
Can you just wait? We'll have a conversation
Go ahead.
afterwards.
I agree with you
There's no
wholeheartedly.
conversation that needs to be fucking had. Rape is fucking serious. Rape has happened to me 4 fucking times, and I'm sick and tired of this fucking debate. Men need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I'm
sorry.
sorry, I am a woman, so fuck you if you don't think
Sir.
so. I don't really have time for this.
I-
and I don't have time.
My
No,
mistake.
You're going to let me speak because here's my truth. I've been raped
your
4
privilege.
times. I've known women that have been raped multiple times gruesomely. And how dare you sit up here and try to say that women aren't worth respect? Fuck you.
I didn't say that.
I am a woman. I just became a woman. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? People don't even respect me, period. And I'm already black, so it's just like, yeah, that already goes against me anyways. But still, you piece of living garbage ass dumpster fire. Dumpster fire! Trash gum on the bottom of my shoe. Oh my God, I wish I had a tissue for the blood. I would
Might I suggest it's your behavior, not because you're black or a woman.
I'm sorry. Can I stop here? Can I stop here, please? She has just made a statement about being assaulted, which is very vulnerable and it's very scary to do. I am sorry.
She just called me a...
I understand.
Yeah, the
I understand.
gentleman just called me a piece of shit, so I'm saying that's... Sorry, my mistake. So when did she go from male privilege to female privilege? Because she just said she only became a female recently.
It wasn't okay.
Let me boil it down in a way that maybe might be reductive. I would like to read far more headlines, okay, that say rapist shot dead in a ditch by a woman with a .38 special than woman raped on campus because of some concealed carry law.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
so I don't
like
want
to see a
female
lot more
victims.
Headlines that have nothing to do with rapists.
I would exactly.
You know why?
But how do you stop
Why
it?
do you have to carry
Rape is
a
illegal.
gun to kill a male rapist when that male could just not rape in the first place?
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it
be fucking great?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Wouldn't it be great if men didn't rape?
Yeah.
Who are you arguing with? You're Don Quixote fighting windmills, man. We all agree rape is bad. You think I'm here saying rape is
they
good?
Get away with it?
They don't get away with
They
it.
don't get away with it?
No.
They get away with it on this motherfucking campus.
Really?
Yes, they fucking do.
Okay.
My
Give
friend
me names.
raped within the first 2 weeks of coming to the school as a freshman. She was a fucking virgin too. Milton Daniel Hall. You know what that motherfucker had to do? He had to move out of that hall.
But you had to move out of that
That's
hall.
about it.
Really?
Yeah. That's
So this was a rape.
That's
this
how
is
they do
interesting.
with
This is a. See, you're getting very emotional.
Because
okay?
this is serious.
Yes, of course it's serious.
I'm a white privileged male. I can go in my, I can stay in my my little bubble of TCU. I don't have to turn my back. I don't have to worry about my job, my income or anything like that. I don't have to worry about getting raped.
Well, you should.
My friends do.
You should worry. You should worry about your income. You should worry about communicating with others.
Let me finish my phrase. It is not something that is very vulnerable for me.
You should worry about communicating with adults. You should worry about treating other people respectfully because this will affect your future employment opportunities. You first came in here and talked about how you put on your hoodie, your headphones, you don't even look around you in the periphery. That's dumb. That's stupid. You should worry about your safety. That's fundamentally unintelligent. White, black, yellow, red, I don't care. It's not smart to do. It's also not smart to come in and say we should get men to stop raping as though that's going to help women.
You're not my father, but
I'm not your father. I'm not your father. But you come in here so you're going to school somebody and cuss and yell and say you need to stop rapists. Everyone here wants to stop rapists. Everyone here wants to stop rapists, okay? The point is, this kind of doublespeak and this kind of rhetoric and these kinds of false platitudes